हेलो चेक चेक ओए आवाज आवाज कर दिया हेलो मे बी रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन टू बी सीटेड I would request everyone in the audience to be seated please. May I request everyone to be seated please. We coincidentally have a deja vu. In 2019 when we had the Bhumi Puja, it was again rain gods blessing us, and I think it's the same which has been repeated by the gods. We commence the program. His Holiness Pujapat Shri Dev Prasad Das Ji Swami, Honorable Minister Shri K.T. Rama Rao Ji, Shri K. Prabhakar Reddy Ji, Member of Parliament Medak Constituency, Shri G. Mahipal Reddy Ji, Member of Legislative Assembly, Shri Jayesh Ranjan Ji, Principal Secretary Industry and Commerce, Shri E.V. Narasimha Reddy Ji, Vice Chairman and MD TSIIC, Mr. Shakti Nagappan Ji, Director Life Sciences TSIIC, our Chairman Lal Sir, esteemed guests, friends from the Medical Devices Park, and members from the press. It's my immense pleasure to welcome you all to the first phase inauguration ceremony of Shahjahan Medical Technologies. This is the second facility of SMT after Surat, and we're extremely proud to say that this will be SMT's global manufacturing and R&D hub. I deeply appreciate everyone's presence here today to join the SMT family in its celebration. We've had a vivid set of audience here, ranging from physicians, cardiologists to members of the Medical Devices Park, most of them who are first-time entrepreneurs, and even research and academic scholars from NIPER. Just a few months back, in December 21, an array of companies were inaugurated here at the Medical Devices Park by Honorable Minister Sir, which included Promia, Huel Life Sciences, Akrati, Akra, SVP, Techno Engineering, Elvicon, Reese Medical Sciences, and we've now become an addition to this. This shows that in just a span of few years, the Medical Device Park has become one of the leading and most attractive R&D and manufacturing destinations for the medical device companies, despite the setbacks faced by the industry and entrepreneurs during the unprecedented COVID period. We at the Medical Devices Park are ever grateful to the Honorable Minister and the entire state leadership and TSIC who have left no stone unturned to strengthen the state's manufacturing capabilities, aiming to make this park not just a global factory but also a global medtech innovation ecosystem which can be emulated by other state governments. Ladies and gentlemen, without much delay, I'd like to invite SMT's Manager Director, Mr. Bhargav Kotadia, to deliver the welcome address.
Hello everyone, very good evening and a very warm welcome. His Holiness Pujapat Sri Dev Prasad Das Ji Swami, Honorable Industries Minister Sri K.T. Rama Rao Ji, Sri K. Prabhakar Reddy Garu, Member of Parliament Medak Constituency, Sri G. Mahipal Reddy Garu, Member of Legislative Assembly, Patancheru, Sri G. Ballamelu Garu, Chairman TSIIC, Sri Jayesh Ranjanji, Principal Secretary, Industries and Commerce Government of Telangana, Sri E.V. Narsimha Reddy Garu, Vice Chairman and MD, TSIIC, Sri Dheerajlal Kotaria, Chairman Sahajanand Group of Companies, and esteemed guests, CEOs and MDs of the Medical Device Park fraternity here in Sultanpur, and members of the press. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the first phase inaugural function of SMT's Global Manufacturing and R&D Hub. At the onset, I would like to laud the visionary leadership of Sri K.T. Rama Rao ji, who has made the state of Telangana as one of the global business hub, built on the foundations of sectors like IT, biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, and now the medtech sector. This was a key motivator for a Gujarat-based company like ours to make the state of Telangana our second home. I'm also thankful to the government of Telangana, especially Sri Jayesh Ranjanji, Sri E.V. Narsimha Reddy ji, and Mr. Sakti Nagapan for welcoming SMT to be a part of the state's medtech innovation journey. Your unstinted passion for excellence and innovation has made the state into a thriving life sciences hub. This vision will surely make not only the state of Telangana, but India a proud indigenous producer of medtech innovation that is made in India for the world. Dear esteemed guests, today the medical device sector is truly a sunshine sector for India. It promises to grow to $15 billion by 2025. Currently, India is counted among the top 20 medical devices markets in the world and is the fourth largest medical device market in Asia after Japan, China, and South Korea. More specifically for us, the demand for stents continues to increase due to rising cases of vascular disorders, growing healthcare infrastructure, and continued technological advancements across the healthcare industry. Global stent demand is forecasted to grow at a CAGR of nearly 8%. SMT's products are today sold in more than 69 countries. SMT is the leader in drug-eluting stents market in India with a market share of more than 31%. I'm also very proud to share with you that SMT is among the top 5 companies in highly developed markets like Germany, Netherlands, Italy, and Poland. This is, of course, a great testament to the quality of products that can be developed and manufactured right here in India. While we have achieved much already, this new facility will be a huge boost on our journey towards an absolute global leadership in the vascular devices sectors in the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, this facility is a state-of-the-art production R&D center, employing a vast set of skilled workforce. It is built keeping in mind compliance requirement for national and international regulatory bodies such as CDSCO, US FDA, NVISA, MDSAP, and C certification for European Union. It has been developed on approximately 20 acres. The total construction of just the first phase is nearly 2 lakh square feet. It consists of 15 clean rooms of ISO class 10,000 and 100,000 that utilizes HEPA filtration system of 0.3 microns. This means any dust particle that is larger than 0.3 micron would not be capable of entering the room. Dear guest, to give you a reference, our hair has a thickness typically of 100 micron. That means a dust particle that is just 0.3% of the size of our human hair is incapable of contaminating any product manufactured in this facility that is in front of you. I'm also happy to share that an environmentally savvy entity like our facility in Surat, this is also a non-polluting entity. Our manufacturing process does not generate any industrial water waste, effluents, or air pollution. We have a climate change mitigation strategy that commits us to environmental protectionism. Further, to address CO2 emission reduction, we will be investing into solar panels right here on site, helping us to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels. Furthermore, we are taking other environmental measures within the premises that includes protecting the natural water body that is part of the allotted plot and uplifting the natural contours that you see around you. Dear esteemed guests, at SMT we are committed to our philosophy, pledged to save millions, and have over the last more than 2 decades strived to provide the best-in-class devices for millions of patients through our innovative products. I am sure that this ambitious project, the seeds of which were laid more than 2.5 years back, and the journey we have embarked upon today will certainly bring glory to the country. Once again, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister and all the esteemed luminaries on the dais, dignitaries present, and the entire leadership of SMT that has made this day a possibility. I would like to also recognize and give a special thanks to the entire SMT project team that has put in such dedicated efforts behind this project. Specifically, Ajit Bhavar, Mangesh Narkhed, Jitendra Kotadia, Brijesh Ranolia, Vaibhav Perwad, Jitendra Kuril, Mayank Khatri, Mahesh Patil, Paras Suthar, and Y. Shankar Reddy. And a special thank also to the entire SCON team under the able leadership team of Mr. Nilesh Chauhan and Sailesh More. Team, your dedication, untiring efforts, and personal sacrifices are what has made this achievement possible despite the seemingly never-ending and unsurmountable challenges that were thrown your way. Despite multiple COVID lockdowns, severe labor shortage, and intense supply chain disruptions, you managed to complete this mega project in less than 3 years. The enthusiasm, thank you, the enthusiasm with which you have taken on every challenge towards meeting the ultimate goal is a source of tremendous inspiration to me, and I'm sure all that are present in this audience today. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bhargav, for the wonderful welcome address and also focusing the spotlight on CVDs, which now is a major public health issue of global and national importance. I'm sure the esteemed dignitaries on the dais as well as the audience will appreciate the way SMT looks at holistic development, which not only focuses on disease but also gives solutions, accessibility, affordability, and cognizance to environmental issues too. Dear guests, it would be amiss to also thank Jayesh Ranjan sir, Mr. Shakti Nagappanji, Mr. Even Narasimha Reddy sir, who have been the guiding force behind this entire project. We thank you from the core of our hearts also. Dear all, it's my pleasure to now request our chairman, Shri Dhiralal Kotadia ji, to deliver his special address. Shri Kotadia ji has made critical contributions to the diamond industry, and his foresightedness as an engineer to understand applied sciences and reverse engineering towards healthcare and cardiovascular diseases has made what today we see as SMT, a leading developer of minimally invasive cardiac stents. Shri Kotadia ji has a distinguished tenure of service in industry, helping to bring Indian science, technology and innovation to unprecedented levels of productivity, prominence and promise. May I request sir to deliver his welcome address.
His Holiness Pujyapat Sri Devaprasad Das Ji Swami Ji, Honorable Industry Minister Sri K.T. Rama Rao Ji, esteemed dignitaries on dais, our corporate friends, neighbors from this medical device park, guest members and press and my dear SMTians. Success is a journey and not a point of arrival. And today once again marks a historic milestone for Sahajanand Medical Technology to start a journey that was laid approximately 2.5 years back when we arrived in Hyderabad to develop our global hub for manufacturing and R&D. And on that day also, rain God blessed us, and today also it is blessing us. I am therefore most happy and grateful that Honorable Minister Sri K.T. Rama Rao ji accepted our invitation to inaugurate the first phase of our factory today, and also Pujya Swami ji agreed to bless us this event. Sir, your presence with us today along with senior functionaries from the government of Telangana is a source of great happiness and motivation to everyone associated with Sahajanand Group. SMT and I are most grateful to you for your presence here, for your continued support and collaboration, without which today's milestone would have been a distant dream. Like Bhargav said in his opening remarks, SMT personally hails the visionary leadership of Honorable Minister Sri K.T. Rama Rao ji for recognizing that medical device manufacturing could be the next big thing for Indian economy after the IT revolution. I am also indebted to TSIIC for its profuse support right from identifying and developing the potential growth to expediting the entire project, which now will start to take shape. I am today reminded of the day way back 2.5 decades when I was subtly told by industry colleagues to rethink before venturing into something like stent and cardiac healthcare. It was considered a domain which Indian companies were not supposed to venture since we had little scientific and research were vital. Today I thank those critics. They became my biggest strength and inspiration, based on which SMT broke all barriers and is India's largest stent manufacturing company. And ultimately, this facility will become largest in the world for stent manufacturing. And sir, I would say there are a couple of Padma Bhushan gentlemen who openly went to the press against us. So we can get demoralized and we may stop. And this was all instigated by MNCs. But we never lost our courage to do what we needed to do for the country and for our fellows. The construction of this new facility here in Telangana demonstrates our dedication to human life. Our Ishtadev Bhagwan Swaminarayan gave us 212 commandments, how our followers of Swaminarayan Sampradaya should live. Among those, there are two main commandments where Pravartaniya Sadvidya Bhuyat Sukrutam Mahat, कि पृथ्वी पे सद्विद्या की प्रवृत्ति करनी, और दूसरा कमांडमेंट है रोगार्तस्य मनुष्य से यथाशक्ति च माम के ही. हर कोई रोगार्थ मनुष्य की आजीवन पर्यंत अपनी शक्ति के अनुसार सेवा करे, तो इससे बड़ा सेवा करने का कोई मौका हो नहीं सकता. To the individual patients as well, the healthcare ecosystem, we follow the simple guiding philosophy, a gospel that have made our motto, place to save millions. Millions of life and millions of rupees of patients. When we started in 98, one angioplasty was costing around 6 lakh rupees. Today, it is costing less than 1 lakh rupees. After 22 years of inflation, still this cost of angioplasty has came down this drastically because of our efforts. So we stood to our motto, place to save millions. And today, when we talk about the number of world-class products that will be produced through this upcoming facility, we really will be able to work towards saving millions. This facility is not only a big milestone for state of Telangana, but also for the country, which will catapult India into league of top medical equipment producing country in the world. At SMT, we have always strived to manufacture high-tech and high-end medical equipment and products. Our aim is to encourage domestic manufacturing, reduce India's humongous import dependency, and medical devices, especially stent, generates quality employment and bring down overall healthcare cost for average citizen, a vision that both the state government of Telangana through its Arogyasri program and the government of India through its Ayushman Bharat program have. I am happy to say that we have left no stone unturned to make this facility a global hub and an exclusive tech zone that will have the state of the art and the best global facility for R&D, manufacturing and logistics. Our facility will be a game changer for not only for the state of Telangana, but from the state to the global populace. In a true terms, we will rewrite a new page in the field of healthcare where India, from being pharmacy of the world, will also be recognized as being the medical devices manufacturing hub of the world. Once again, I would like to thank Honorable Minister and all the esteemed guests on the dais, dignitaries present in the audience for coming today and grace this occasion and bless us and encourage us. Last but not least, I am grateful to the entire leadership of SMT who have been the driving force behind this achievement, without which I could have never have dreamt to develop this global hub. Thank you. Jai Hind. Jai Swaminarayan.
Uh, Thank you very much, sir, for your visionary wisdom. Sir, will always be gratefully benefited from what you have said, and I'm sure SMT in the coming years will not only make the state of Telangana proud, but also India proud of indigenous prowess in CVDs and healthcare. Dear guests, as a tradition, may I now request our chairman to kindly felicitate our esteemed guests with a memento and a shawl. We would request the chairman, sir, to felicitate Honorable Swamiji, please. I would now request the chairman to request Swamiji to give a plant to the honorable minister. A plant is life, and here at SMT we save lives. I would now request honorable sir to felicitate the member of parliament Prabhakar Reddy sir. Sir, shawl bhi. Acha. Member of parliament MLA sir. Respected Jayesh Ranjan sir. Mr. Shakti Nagappan ji. Sir, Mr. EV Narasimha Reddy sir. And collector sir from Sangareddy district. Dear guests, no work is complete without the innate blessings of our Guru. May I now request His Holiness Pujapat Shri Dev Prasad Das Ji Swami to bless this gathering.
मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वंदे परमानंद माधव। माननीय श्री केटी रामा राव सर, श्री प्रभाकर रेड्डी सर, महिपाल रेड्डी सर, सभी मंचस्थ महानुभाव, एसएमटी कंपनी के डायरेक्टर श्री धीरूभाई, श्री भार्गव और सभी मेहमानगण। एसएमटी कंपनी, जैसे धीरूभाई ने बताया कि एक उनके दिल में एक सिंपैथी है। हमारी भारत की प्रजा अपने हेल्थ के लिए बहुत परेशान होती है। जो हृदय के वाल्व खराब होते तो उनमें उनकी मजबूरी रहती है, उनको क्या कराना। तो जो 6 लाख या 7 लाख में ऑपरेशन होते थे वो उन्होंने अंडर 1 लाख के कर दिया। और केवल पैसा कमाने के लिए नहीं, सिंपैथी के लिए उन्होंने ये मेडिकल, वैसे तो इंजीनियर है पर लेकिन मेडिकल लाइन में उन्होंने जब लाया है वो बहुत ही साहसी है। हमारे को गौरव है कि धीरूभाई कोटड़िया ये हमारी संस्था के एक्स स्टूडेंट है और हम उनके पुत्र जो भार्गव है उन पर भी हमारा स्टूडेंट का सिक्का लगा दिया है जो 7 डेज ही हमारे संस्था में रहे थे। लेकिन धीरूभाई तो बहुत हमारी संस्था में पढ़कर बहुत आगे गए हैं। हमारे गुरुजी के उनके ऊपर बहुत बहुत ही आशीर्वाद है और हमारे बड़े गुरुजी की उन्होंने बहुत सेवा की है। उन्होंने एक केवल ऐसे ही बहुत फील्ड में, एक ही मेडिकल फील्ड में ही उन्होंने साहस नहीं किया है, पूरा इंजीनियर फील्ड में भी उनका इतना ही बड़ा साहस है। तो भगवान उन्होंने ये साहस कराया है, वो भगवान उनको बहुत बहुत ही सफलता दिलाए और हमारी जो भारत की प्रजा है उनको ये मेडिकल जो ट्रीटमेंट है वो उनमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा फैसिलिटी मिले। हमारे माननीय मंत्री श्री रामा राव सर, उन्होंने भी, उनका बहुत बड़ा विजन है और बहुत ब्रॉड एक दृष्टि है। हम उनको सुनते हैं और पेपर में उनका जो विचार आते हैं तो उनसे हमको मालूम होता है कि ये स्टेट को सबसे आगे ले जाने का उनका एक विजन है, बड़ा ब्रॉड विजन है। तो धीरूभाई कोटालिया और ये साहब का सहकार, उनसे ये तेलंगाना स्टेट को एक बड़ी उपलब्धि हुई है। धीरूभाई ने बताया कि वर्ल्ड क्लास ये जो वाल बन रहा है उनसे एक तेलंगाना की प्रसिद्धि पूरे वर्ल्ड में होगी और ये सभी का उनमें साथ रहा है। हमारी तेलंगाना गवर्नमेंट, उनका भी बहुत बड़ा साथ है। तो धीरूभाई ने बताया कि भगवान स्वामीनारायण ने 2 आज्ञा दी है कि प्रवर्तनीय सद्विद्या भुवि यत् सुकृतम महत्। ये पृथ्वी ऊपर सद्विद्या की प्रवृत्ति करना, एजुकेशन तो चल ही रहा है, लेकिन संस्कार के साथ, अच्छे संस्कार के साथ एजुकेशन होना, वो भी पृथ्वी ऊपर करना, नहीं कि गुजरात में, नहीं कि इंडिया में, जहाँ जहाँ लोग रहते हैं वहाँ पर आज संस्कार की बहुत ही कीमत है। आदमी सुखी संस्कार से होते हैं, नहीं कि ओनली विद्या से, ओनली एजुकेशन से, नहीं कि ओनली मनी से सुखी होते हैं। कभी कभी बहुत मनी रहते तो भी आदमी बहुत दुखी रहते हैं। तो ये संस्कार से सुखी होते हैं। और दूसरी भगवान ने आज्ञा दी है, हमारे भगवान ने, कि जीवन पर्यंत जो रोगी लोग हैं उनकी सेवा करना। उन्होंने ये आज्ञा पूरी हमारे धीरूभाई ने अपने हृदय में धारण कर ली है और बहुत से उनके बड़ा ऐसे हजारों लोगों की आयुष बचाना उनका जो एक आज सामान्य आदमी बहुत बड़ा खर्चा नहीं कर सकते, उनकी मजबूरी रहती और अपना जीवन भी गवा देते हैं। उनके लिए धीरूभाई के हृदय में बहुत ही सिंपैथी हुई और ये मेडिकल लाइन में उन्होंने बड़ा साहस किया है। हमारा मिनिस्टर साहब रामा राव साहब, उन्होंने भी कंपनी को बहुत सहकार दिया है। मैं भगवान को प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि रामा राव सर को बहुत बड़े अच्छे काम करने के लिए भगवान उनको और शक्ति दे और हमारे धीरूभाई को भी और शक्ति दे। हमारा ये राज्य सुखी हो, देश की आबरू, देश का गौरव बढ़े और भगवान उनके पर खुशी हो। ये धीरूभाई ने बताया कि जब जब एक एसएमटी का कोई भी प्रसंग रहता है तो भगवान की कृपा बारिश के हिसाब से आ जाती है। आज भी बारिश हुआ है और वो भी थोड़ा ही, बहुत ज्यादा होता तो परेशानी हो जाती, थोड़ा थोड़ा कर देते और भगवान अपना आशीष बढ़ा देते। हम भगवान को प्रार्थना करते हैं कि हमारा तेलंगाना स्टेट और एसएमटी कंपनी दोनों ही पैरेलल आगे जाके पूरा वर्ल्ड में अपना नाम कमाए। अस्तु, जय स्वामीनारायण।
Thank you very much, Swamiji, for your spiritual words and blessings. I am sure with this Almighty would be bestowing His choicest blessings to all of us. Dear guests, it's my pleasure to now request our chief guest, Shri K.T. Rama Rao ji, to give his keynote address. Sir, has been the guiding force to transform the state of Telangana, especially the pearl city of Hyderabad, as a global business city built on the foundation of key sectors like IT, ITES, biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, and now the medtech sector. Sir, the stage is all yours.
Thank you. His Holiness Pujapad Shri Dev Prasad Das Ji Swamiji, the Chairman of Sahajanand Medical Technologies Limited, Shri Dheeraj Lal Kotadia Ji, Shri K. Prabhakar Reddy, Honorable MP from Medak, Shri Mahipal Reddy Ji, Honorable MLA from Patancheru, Shri Bhargav Kotadia Ji, my brother, who is the Managing Director of SMT, Shri Ganesh Sabat Ji, who is the Chief Executive Officer of SMT, my Principal Secretary of Industry and IT, Shri Jayesh Ranjan Ji, to the Director of Life Sciences, Shri Shakti Nagapan Ji, to our MD of Telangana State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation, Mr. Venkat Narasimha Reddy, the local collector Sangareddy, Shri Hanmant Rao Garu, to all the SMT family here, to the employees of SMT, to the well-wishers of SMT, to the family members of Mr. Kotadia, and to my friends from the media, a very good evening to all of you. आप सभी को नमस्कार. मैं पहली बात तो I wanted to compliment you, sir, and Bhargav and the entire team of Ganesh and the entire team of SMT on actually working through the pandemic. क्योंकि बहुत बार यही होता है कि जब हम लोग कुछ काम करने के लिए कोई अच्छी शुरुआत करते हैं, कोई अड़चन आ जाती है बीच में तो हम लोग रुक जाते हैं. और कोविड ऐसी प्रॉब्लम थी, कोविड ऐसी एक समस्या थी जिसने पूरा दुनिया को, ना सिर्फ हिंदुस्तान को पर की पूरा दुनिया को एकदम डिस्टर्ब किया था. बट इन स्पाइट ऑफ ऑल दैट, माय कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स टू यू, टू द एंटायर SMT फैमिली on actually completing the project and launching your phase 1 today. And indeed it is my pleasure to be here amidst you on this important day that marks another milestone for not just SMT but also for the Medical Devices Park in Telangana in Sultanpur. I'm truly honored and delighted to be inaugurating this Asia's largest stent manufacturing and research and development facility at SMT today. I think हमारी मुलाकात पहली बार 4 साल पहले हुई थी सर, धीरज लाल जी से और भार्गव जी से 4 साल पहले 2018 में या 19 में हमारी परिचय हुई थी. तो तब मैंने उनसे पूछा कि सर आप तो सूरत से हैं, आप तो डायमंड्स के व्यापार में हैं, आपको कैसे आना हुआ इस लाइन में. तो आपने एक किस्सा सुनाई थी सर उस दिन, अभी भी याद है, अभी भी ताज़ा है मेरे मन में. उस दिन धीरज लाल जी ने कहा था कि 1990s में, 96 या 97 पता नहीं, एक बार घर में किसी के लिए दवाई चाहिए था उनको, तो वो खुद चले गए एक मेडिसिन शॉप में, एक फार्मेसी पे. वहाँ जाने के बाद उन्होंने अपना तो मेडिसिन खरीद लिया, पर जब वो वहाँ पे उपस्थित थे, तो इतने में कोई एक अपने बच्चे के लिए कोई एक और शख्स वहाँ पे मेडिसिन लेने के लिए वो भी आ गए वहीं पे. और उनकी बात हो रही थी, जो दूसरे शख्स थे जो आए थे वो मेडिकल शॉप पे, उनकी बात हो रही थी कि मुझे भाई मेरे पास इतना ही पैसा है तो जितना आप दे सकते हो दवा उतना ही दे दो. तो तब इन्होंने सोचा, तब उनको एक मन में उनके सोच आई कि इंडिया में, हिंदुस्तान में अगर एक गरीब आदमी को अगर अफोर्डेबल मेडिसिन और अफोर्डेबल डिवाइसेस, मेडिकल डिवाइसेस बनाने का अगर आदेश आज भगवान ने अगर इस नाम पे अगर इस रूप में मुझे अगर दिया तो मैं ज़रूर ये चैलेंज में उठाऊंगा. तो सर माय कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स टू यू एंड द एंटायर टीम. The example you gave is amazing. आपने कहा कि angioplasty back in 98 when SMT got started was costing around 6 lakh rupees. And today after 22 plus or 24 years, in spite of all the inflation like you mentioned, it has come down to less than a lakh, and that's largely due to indigenous manufacturing, indigenous technology and indigenous innovation by SMT and your colleagues. My compliments to you, sir. I would like to, of course, take this opportunity also to compliment my team, because when we launched this park in 2017, I had asked my team to identify, large Indian players who could potentially, come into this park and who could set the tone, who could set the benchmark for the rest of the Indian industry to also follow. After extensive analysis and research, I was told that SMT is growing fast, has the potential to become a market leader, and more importantly, is considering a global expansion with capital infusion from Samara Capital. We immediately reached out to SMT through Samara Capital in November 2017, and a week later, their entire team was in Bombay, my entire team was in Bombay to meet them. We followed up diligently and aggressively and got SMT's team, which was busy with their global clinical trials then, to visit Hyderabad in March 2018. All of these efforts ultimately fructified into the project announcement on October 2nd, Gandhi Jayanti 2018, and inauguration of their Asia's largest campus in Hyderabad today in 2022 on April 15th. As a demonstrable, proactive approach from this government under the visionary leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Shri KCR Garu, I consider this as one of our big successes using a scientific approach and concerted efforts to attract companies with the right set of capabilities to build a vibrant ecosystem in Hyderabad, and we will continue to do so. In fact, 2 साल पहले सर हमने एक यहाँ पे मीटिंग की थी बायो एशिया 2020 में. पीयूष गोयल जी भी बता रहे थे उसमें, he was a chief guest. We had done a round table with All India Medical Devices Manufacturers Association. During that conversation, it was a closed door meeting. During that conversation, in fact, couple of medical devices manufacturers had mentioned something very, very important to me. उन्होंने कहा पहली बात तो यह है कि almost 80% of medical devices in India that are currently used are being imported. 80% तक हम लोग इंपोर्ट करते हैं. और दूसरी बात, उन्होंने एक बहुत ताजुब की बात कही. जब हमने पूछा उनसे क्यों यहाँ पे क्यों नहीं बनाते हो, यहाँ पे क्यों आप मैन्युफैक्चर नहीं करते हो, तो उसमें से मैं नाम तो नहीं लूंगा, इंडस्ट्री के लीडर है वो भी, उन्होंने कहा पीयूष जी से और हमसे कि सर आज मैं चाइना से इंपोर्ट करता हूं और यहां माल बेचता हूं हमारा, तो चीप पड़ती है इन कंपैरिजन टू मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हियर. अगर मैं यहां बनाऊंगा तो ज्यादा एक्सपेंसिव हो जाएगा. तो हमें सोचना चाहिए सर. मतलब मैं भारत सरकार से भी मैं अनुरोध करता हूं, विनती करता हूं, वी नीड टू थिंक, रीथिंक आवर स्ट्रैटेजीज. मेक इन इंडिया बोलना तो अच्छा है, मेक इन इंडिया का इरादा अच्छा है, इरादा नेक है, पर अगर उसको सक्सेसफुल अगर करना है तो वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द प्रॉब्लम्स इन टर्म्स ऑफ कैपिटल, in terms of duty structures, in terms of practicality, pragmatism, कि क्या-क्या रुकावटें हैं, क्या-क्या अड़चने हैं एक एंटरप्रेन्योर को इंडिया में मैन्युफैक्चर करने के लिए. मैं आपसे भी विनती करता हूं कि आप मुझे कुछ पॉइंटर दीजिए. मैं आपके तरफ से और मेडिकल डिवाइसेस इंडस्ट्री की तरफ से मैं भारत सरकार के पास जाऊंगा, तेलंगाना गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से, और जरूर मैं हिंदुस्तान के हित में, भारत के हित में बात करूंगा और उनसे कहूंगा कि अगर ये डिपेंडेंसी अगर कम होगा, 80% से अगर हमारे इंपोर्ट डिपेंडेंसी जो है अगर वो कम होगा तो हेल्थ केयर एक्सपेंडिचर भी कम होते जाएगी. तो इसीलिए मैं आपसे भी अनुरोध करता हूं कि हमें थोड़े पॉइंटर दीजिए, तो आइडेंटिफाई करके बताइए कि क्या-क्या प्रॉब्लम्स को एड्रेस करने हैं. लेट मी आल्सो कॉम्प्लीमेंट यू सर एंड योर एबल टीम फॉर दिस इंप्रेसिव एंड मैसिव फैसिलिटी, phase 1 of which has been developed with an area of about 2 lakh square feet, featuring total of 15 clean rooms and with a production capacity of 3 lakh balloon catheters per year. This facility in Hyderabad will eventually produce more than 1 million stents and 2 million balloon catheters per year. The unit will also be instrumental in generating employment opportunities for close to 2,000 people in the state. In addition to this, the Global R&D Center will employ over 300 highly qualified scientists, while Dheeraj Lal ji and Bhargav have promised to provide employment opportunities to the local population. I'd like to use this occasion to request them once again to consider providing maximum opportunities for the people of Telangana and to the local youngsters of Telangana. I assure them that we from the government will offer all support that is required with respect to skilling and upskilling activities. In fact, SMT management has also told me that this facility will be the global hub for stent manufacturing and research and development, and will be focused towards developing advanced medical products in interventional and structural cardiovascular, endovascular and other niche CVD domains. As most of us are aware, India is dependent, as I pointed out, on importing medical devices even in the most important life-saving diseases. I am happy to note that this facility in Telangana will give a significant boost to local manufacturing and reduce import dependence. I was told by Bhargav that nearly 70 countries will actually be getting products made in Telangana, made in India products from this facility right here in our medical devices park. It is a matter of immense pride that the state of Telangana will contribute immensely to improving countries' health security systems in terms of medical devices, and in addition to the state's already well recognized contribution to the pharmaceutical sector of providing more than 40% of India's pharmaceuticals and also vaccines, where we actually account for one third of global vaccines. शायद आपको पता है sir, but we are the vaccine capital of the world. We produce 9 billion doses of vaccines and we cater to all parts of the world, and this further consolidates our space in the life sciences ecosystem. Telangana was one of the first states in India to recognize medical devices as a high potential and a high growth sector. To address the issue of growing dependence on medical devices in the country, we had established the Medical Devices Park in 2017. I am proud to reiterate that with more than 50 companies setting up base in the park, it has already become one of the leading and most attractive R&D and manufacturing destinations for the med devices companies in India. This cluster has already an overall investment commitment of more than 1500 crores and a total employment of more than 7,000 direct jobs. I recall addressing the leaders of medtech industry from this very own campus of the Medical Devices Park just a few months back, when I had the pleasure to inaugurate 7 facilities including Promia Therapeutics, Huwell Life Sciences, Akruti Oculoplasty, Arca Engineers, SVP Techno Engineers, Elvicon and Reese MedLife in a single day, and within a matter of few months I am here again to inaugurate this state-of-the-art facility of SMT. Earlier, I also had the pleasure to inaugurate the largest research and development center outside the US for Medtronic, which was being set up with an investment of more than 1200 crores. Confluent Technologies, a leading material science, development and manufacturing partner to medical device manufacturers, has also announced the establishment of a pilot manufacturing facility in Hyderabad and has aggressive expansion plans. The company is slated to bring in high-end technology for manufacturing of nitinol products, which will be the first in India. It may be pertinent also to mention that they are suppliers for the stent manufacturers globally and will help companies like SMT strengthen supply chain. The park will also house a state-of-the-art integrated manufacturing facility of S3V Vascular Technologies to manufacture high-end critical life-saving neuro and cardiac medical devices in the park. The government of Telangana has taken a holistic view with respect to the development of medtech sector in the state. I strongly believe that if we wish to build on it and consolidate the success witnessed by the sector in the state, we need to focus on innovation, research and development, and an enabling policy environment to help companies move up the value chain and to build products of relevance not just for India but also the world. I believe the narrative has to be India for the world and not India for India alone. I am happy to note that there is a National Medical Devices Policy 2022 under preparation, and do sincerely hope that the policy will facilitate the systematic growth of the sector along with incentivizing the export of medical devices and related technology projects through tax rebates and refunds. The state of Telangana has been at the forefront of advocating for policy changes, interventions with Government of India to support industry design, develop and manufacture more medical devices from our country. The pandemic, COVID, highlighted the resilience of Indian companies, in which not only existing pharma and medical devices companies but startups also work together along with the government to make management of COVID-19 easier. Government of Telangana worked hand in hand with the industry to scale, to innovate, to efficiently manufacture the essential medicines and medical devices. I assure you that the state government will continue to work with the companies to ensure systematic growth of medtech and pharmaceutical sector in the state. The Medical Devices Park reinforces Telangana government's commitment to strengthen the state's manufacturing capabilities, which going forward will help attract even greater investments in a broad range of medical device product segments ranging from capital equipment, implantable devices, diagnostics and consumables. We aim to make this park as not just a global factory for the world but a global medtech innovation ecosystem. I would also like to inform you that more companies in the park are gearing up to commence their operations soon, and it is a matter of great pride for the state that we are able to translate our vision into reality in a very short span of time. With more and more facilities getting operationalized, we can witness that the entire landscape of this medical devices park in particular and Sultanpur industrial cluster in general is transforming. There is a new energy and vibrancy. I would like to compliment my team for working tirelessly in positioning Hyderabad as a top-class investment destination globally. I once again would like to congratulate the entire team of SMT on this occasion and do wish that their facility grows rapidly from Hyderabad. Jai Hind, Jai Telangana.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words. We are looking to your leadership to move us forward on what is clearly a shared agenda that transverses healthcare to a greater level, clubbed with the advancement of science and technology through medtech industries like us. We are ever mindful of the continuing gravity of India's public health problems and also emerging challenges that will demand ever more of our capabilities. I am sure your wishes and continuous support will be a blessing in disguise for SMT. Dear guests, after such a power-packed address by the Honorable Minister, I would like to now invite Shri Ganesh Sabatji, our CEO, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you. His Holiness Pujyapat Sri Devprasad Dasji Swami, Jai Sri Swaminarayan, Honorable Industries Minister Sri Rama Rao, Sri K. Prabhakar Reddy, Member of Parliament, Medak Constituency, G. Mahipal Reddy, Member of Legislative Assembly, Patancheru, Sri Jais Ranjan, IS Principal Secretary, Industry and Commerce Government of Telangana, Sri E.V. Narasimha Reddy Garu, Vice Chairman and MD, TSIIC, Mr. Sakti Nagpan, Director Life Sciences, TSIIC, our beloved Chairman Sri Dhirajlal Kotadia, and our Managing Director Bhargav Kotadia, Bandana Patrawal Madam, and Sukla Vasan, our Independent Director. Esteemed guest, friend from the media, and my fellow SMTians, good evening to all of you. It's a great privilege to propose the vote of thanks today among such an august gathering. The event that has ended today is just the beginning of a new era that marks the journey that will make India self-reliant in cardiovascular devices. Or may I say, with Surat facility, which is making 7 lakh stents. In India today, we are using 7 to 8 lakh stents in a year. We are already doing that from Surat facility. Telangana facility, the 1 million stents that we are going to make, actually, it will do what Rama Rao sir said, make in India for the world. So this Telangana facility will be making India for the world actually. I would like to thank our chief guest, Sri Rama Rao ji, for gracing today's event and delivering the keynote address. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for your thought-provoking address. I am sure that all the esteemed guests here have taken note of your address and will be working towards your advice, ensuring that through this MDP and manufacture like us will take India into the league of top medical devices and equipment producing countries in the world. I fondly remember our first meeting even today. Your motivation and willingness to support at every stage, that's what separates you from everybody else. I am also grateful to Sri K. Prabhakar Reddy ji, Sri G. Mahipal Reddy ji, Sri Jais Ranjan ji, Sri E.V. Narasimha Reddy ji, Sri Shakti Nagapan, Director TSIIC, for gracing the occasion today on behalf of the Government of Telangana. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us today for this occasion. Your constant support and guidance has always benefited SMT. At SMT, we care deeply about patients and strive the best to provide the best-in-class product. Our motto says, place to save millions of lives. We have committed ourselves to this profession because we are all striving to be part of something that makes a real, meaningful difference to the society that we live. Today, when we manufacture these tents, every year there will be 1 million tents that will get manufactured and will be implanted across the world. So people across the world will have Telangana in their heart. We will be saving those lives across the world. It is a matter of pride, not only for SMT, for Telangana, and for our Minister K.T. Rama Rao ji to invite us, to bring us here. Yes, sir. Honorable Minister, sir, today when the country is debating about poor economic performance, we are happy to say SMT is one of the companies that is growing 30-40% every year during pandemic too. And with this facility, we will really create and make Telangana in the world map of medical device. With these words, I would like to thank our distinguished guest for taking time out on this Friday morning to make this groundbreaking ceremony to a success. I am thankful to Sanga Reddy, District Collector, and District SP for providing their support. I would also like to thank our Chairman, whose contribution, the little spark that he has created, has resulted into this massive company and changing lives all across the world. I take this opportunity to acknowledge your vital support and consistent encouragement. No company can reach this height if it doesn't have a dedicated and best set of employees, more than employees, leaders. I thank the SMT leadership and all SMT ones for the dedication and hard work. During the pandemic, where people dared not get out of their house, our team was here every day fighting it out to make sure we complete this project. The team is large, but I'll say few names. Ajit, Mangesh, Upasana, Rajiv, Brijesh. Thanks to all of you. Today we are here because all of you guys, for your tireless work that went behind making this event a grand success. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Ganesh, for your address. Your leadership and a key eye for business development has taken SMT to a global pedestal, which now boasts to rub shoulders with international MNCs in the cardiac space. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for being here and hope for your partnership as we rise to a formidable challenge of constructively improving our health. May I now request the dignitaries to come ahead of the dais for a group photograph. And I'll also request the SMT senior management team to please come on the stage for a group photograph with the Honorable Minister, sir. ये चालू रखना है।
At 40, I had 60s issues. Diabetes, blood pressure, cholesterol. Junk food ko bola bye-bye. Result? Diabetes disappeared. And 40 kilos also disappeared.
Breaking news. You can insure your bike in just rupees 499 with Echo. In just 2 minutes, you can secure your broker with a 10-year history.